Birds are just everywhere. You've got pigeons in the city, eagles soaring over mountains. But have you ever stopped to wonder about the very first one? Well, its story doesn't begin in the sky. It starts in a world totally dominated by giants millions and millions of years ago.
So, was the very first bird just born ready to fly right out of the egg? Or did it start out on the ground like everything else? To figure that out, we've got to go way, way back to the very beginning of their story.
All right, so our search for the first bird. It kicks off long before us humans, in an era ruled by some of the most incredible creatures to ever walk the earth, the dinosaurs.
Okay, picture this. We're dialing the clock back 150 million years. We're in the late Jurassic period. And this is nothing like our world. It's a world of towering forests and huge, vast plains, all under the rule of the dinosaurs. But here's the twist. The secret to flight doesn't lie with the giants like a T-Rex. Nope. Our story actually focuses on their smaller, more agile relatives, a group we call theropods. And it's right there, among these creatures, that the first hint of a bird began to take shape. This incredible transformation, it didn't start with wings, which is what you'd probably expect, right? Not at all. It started with something far simpler. An adaptation that, at first, had absolutely nothing to do with flight. Believe it or not, the very first feathers weren't for flying. On some of these small dinosaurs, simple, almost hair-like filaments started to appear. And their purpose? It was just insulation, basically a prehistoric winter coat to help them survive in a changing world. But then, over millions of years, these feathers started getting new jobs. After just being for warmth, they turned out to be pretty handy for getting a better grip while climbing trees. From there, they helped with making longer and longer leaps between branches, and eventually that evolved into gliding through the air. It's a brilliant example of evolution finding brand new uses for old tools. So feathers were a huge piece of the puzzle. But how did we actually connect the dots between dinosaurs and birds? Well, the answer came from one single remarkable fossil. A discovery that perfectly captured the moment a dinosaur started its incredible transformation. I mean, can you imagine being the person who unearthed this? You've got this creature trapped in stone that just doesn't fit neatly into any box you know. It wasn't quite a dinosaur, but it wasn't quite a bird either. It was something totally new, something in between. And this creature, which they named Archaeopteryx, was the smoking gun. It had a jaw full of sharp teeth and a long bony tail. Totally dinosaur. But, and this is the amazing part, it was also covered in complex aerodynamic feathers, a feature we really only see in modern birds. It was the perfect bridge between two worlds. This was it. This was the blueprint for every single bird that's alive today. Archaeopteryx marked that definitive step from reptile to avian, but the journey to true flight was still far from over. See, this creature couldn't truly fly, not yet. It was a glider. The journey to actual powered flight took millions more years. Over countless generations, wings grew stronger, bones became hollow and way lighter to reduce weight. And then, one day, it finally happened. The Earth witnessed the very first true flight. So what does this incredible 150 million-year journey from the ground all the way to the sky actually teach us? I think the most important takeaway here is that something as incredible as flight didn't just happen overnight. There wasn't one single moment of invention. It was a result of millions of years of tiny, gradual changes, with each small step building on the one that came before it. This journey from a land-bound dinosaur to a master of the sky is such a powerful reminder of how evolution really works. It shows that monumental change rarely happens all at once. Instead, it's the sum of countless small steps over immense periods of time. It really makes you wonder, what incredible transformations are slowly, almost invisibly happening right now?